TT, you gotta wake up.
Is it Greg T Live?
Yeah.
We're live from Ray Catena INFINITI in Bridgewater, and we're live in just 5, 4, follow me, 3, 2, 1. It's a Monday morning, and it's Greg T live from Bridgewater, New Jersey, at Ray Catena INFINITI.
Welcome to Greg T Live, episode 23. We are at stop 3 of the GTL Ray Catena Tour, and we are live from the Ray Catena INFINITI showroom in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Today's show is sponsored by CNC Heating and Cooling. We are super excited to continue our summer tour and bring on our special guest, the UFC fighter Elise Reed. Greg T and Garrett, take it away.
Live.
Now, we're good?
I think so. The camera guys say we're live. Mitch, we're on. Aiden, we're live.
This
we're
could
good.
be the ultimate prank that they pull on us.
Unbelievable.
Where they don't tell us we're live.
Right.
But they tell us we're live. We do the whole show thinking we're live.
That we're live.
And then they tell us we're not.
I would hate that if all of a sudden they're like something happened. Hey guys, it is another Monday morning. It's Greg T live, 11 a.m. on the nose, and we are live from another Ray Catena showroom. This time we're in Bridgewater, New Jersey at INFINITI, a luxurious showroom full of beautiful, brand new, very expensive Infinities. Again,
Affordable.
Affordable Infinities. Well, you know, I guess there are some that are affordable.
You will never sell a car in your life. Ever, ever, ever.
What do you mean? Listen, the car that we just showcased on the intro right now, the sedan,
yes,
that one is going for $102,000.
Right.
And the general manager said, with a couple, if you want to put a couple of extras in it, you can get it to about 118.
Well, that's
118,000. You know, Garrett and I. Again, let me introduce us. If you're just watching us right now at Greg T Live, I'm Greg T. This is Garrett. Thank you guys for being here on this Monday morning.
You could have been scrolling anywhere online, and you decided to go, you know what? What the hell is this?
We've got another great podcast for you, and this is, this is episode 23.
Congratulations.
Not bad. Congratulations to you, man. 23 episodes, not bad. So this summer, Ray Catena wanted us to visit all of their showrooms. So this is the summer tour, and just like last week we were in Freehold, now we're in Bridgewater. Then next week I just was told we're gonna be back in Freehold. We'll be at Land Rover, or is that Manalapan? Edison? Well, now I'm being told we're Edison. So we're going to be at Land Rover Edison next week, at Ray Catena Land Rover Edison next week. But anyway, Garrett and I have been on this tour, and we're trying to also have somebody purchase a vehicle while we're on the tour.
Yeah, you're doing a great job, buddy.
So we want someone to come by and actually purchase it. We're not, a lot of podcasts will give things away.
Right.
We're not giving anything away. We want you to come in and buy it. We want you to come in and purchase a Ray Catena vehicle at whatever location it is. That's what we would love to do. We'd love to be able to give back to Ray Catena and say, you see, we're a good value. We're a good investment.
Yes, and as long as he doesn't Ray Catena doesn't watch any of these podcasts, we could say we're doing a great job.
We are doing.
The moment he watches the first one, he's gonna say, "What the hell am I doing?"
Garrett and I were talking right before the cameras went on. Sometimes it's defeating to me.
Or were the cameras on and we had no idea?
Nobody's telling us. For some reason, every time when our team cuts up all the clips of our podcast,
Aiden, Mitchell, Ryan.
Right. Every week we always release different cuts on Instagram at Greg T Live. And I read all your comments. So thank you very much for messaging me at Greg T Live. Keep messaging me, and I try to get back to you as soon as I possibly can.
Do you read them everywhere? Like, in the kitchen?
Truth of it is,
in your bed? And
I do a lot of the reading
on the toilet.
On the toilet. Yep, right. When I'm in the bathroom, I do a lot of the reading.
So just know this. You send Greg T a message on Greg T Live.
I'm reading it in the morning.
He's reading it right in the morning.
As I'm doing my business.
Who needs the newspaper?
That's
he
right.
has your comment.
That's
so
right.
Thank you.
That's right. But so we get so many hits and so many views and so many likes on those cuts.
And thank you.
And it's great. And I do see that the numbers go up, after we're on. But the streaming, the actual numbers where people are streaming, that is what's disappointing to me.
So we have a weak stream.
We have a weak stream, but yet people watch throughout the week, which makes so like you feel like garbage that you have a weak stream, but then you feel better throughout the week as the numbers grow and get popular.
Well, one of the pills you take might be good for that.
That's right. Hey guys, listen, we got a great show planned for you. If you love UFC fighting, this is going to be great. We have got a real deal professional UFC fighter.
Finally, did someone to kick your ass?
Yeah, that's right. She's going to be here. Elise Reed. You can follow her on Instagram at Elise Reed MMA. Check her out right now if you like. Elise Reed MMA. I'm sure you guys are big fans. We're going to have her on with us.
She has a better stream than us, probably.
She probably does. I haven't checked out her numbers. I don't know. We have to find out who's got more followers. Do we have more followers, or does Elise Reed? I would imagine Elise Reed being a professional UFC fighter.
Right.
Right. And listen, I'm not going to call her out. I don't
do-
want her to slug me.
I do see something here for you to wear later.
So she already walked in with these boards, these karate chop boards. So everybody here is kind of like, you got to break a board. Like, I can't break, wooden boards.
You've tried this before.
I can't do it. I can't lift my leg maybe higher than about 7 inches off the ground.
All right, I'm going to play the role of Greg T for a second. Guys, I can't do
I can't do it.
My
I can't
C4,
do it.
my C5 disc, they're
That's
compressed, and
by the way,
I
it's
can't.
C2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
By the way, but anyway, so we have Elise Reed will be with us today, and a local. I love cigars. It's probably not something you want to brag about, but I do have a love of a good cigar, and we have a local business that is going to be here with us today. Sticks, Sticks. The owners and founder Dan and Sergio will be here, so we'll talk about some cigars as well. So I got to tell you, if it was me, I'd be here. I think it's a good podcast. UFC and cigars.
I think so.
I like that, man.
You, me, a bunch of cars.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah.
Hey, I noticed your shoes. Hey, Mitch, can we show Garrett's shoes off? So Garrett walked in today. We all got sneakers on. What are these? This is not a pair of sneakers. What are these kind of shoes that you're wearing?
These are sneakers.
These are not sneakers. What are they?
They are sneakers. You put your foot in a shoe.
You can't buy that at Foot Locker? Nobody sells that?
No, you get that if you are an F1 race car driver.
You are not an F1 race car driver.
I did play the part of one last week. That's why I wasn't here. They gave me an entire suit.
Get out of here. That's right. I forgot about it. Okay, you can put your foot down now.
No.
Because I don't know where you put your foot. You can put it
comfortable.
It's kind of disgusting that
kinda
you have it up
comfortable.
there. Anyway, so Garrett
This
was
is what
not with
makes you
us.
disgusted?
You missed a great
You
episode.
read comments on the toilet.
Listen, you missed a great episode last week. Last week, we had my buddy Diego from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He came up, and we were in Freehold. We had a great time. And shout out to everybody at Freehold that's now watching. They are now huge fans. They loved
good.
it. We had
Maybe that's what it takes. We have to go to every single Ray Catena to get more viewers.
Yeah. Well, no, we had a great time. But you couldn't be here, so tell everybody where you were. You were in Times Square.
Times Square celebrating the release of F1, the movie that comes out this Friday.
This weekend. Yeah.
This Friday. It's going to be huge, big movie, very sports-esque. You don't need to know, and I know you don't know much about F1.
I don't know anything about F1. NASCAR, I know, but F1, I don't know.
Don't need to know a single thing.
But here's the thing about the F1 movie. I've seen it advertised. Am I hearing something right? Can you see it on Apple and in the movie theater? Is it the same?
You will probably maybe a week or two later. It's going to be in the movies first, and then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes out this weekend, it's strictly going to be in the theaters.
Right.
Got it. And then
It'll be on Apple probably sooner than later.
But it's going to go to Apple very, very fast.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Why is it going to Apple so fast? Do you know why?
It's an Apple movie.
So they want to put it on. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Apple Picture. Apple and Warner Brother Pictures teaming up.
So you're in Times Square, and they decided to, and you're hosting an event for F1, and they
put
gave
me in
you
a
these?
whole suit.
Wow.
Whole jumpsuit.
Were you able to keep the whole suit too?
Oh yeah, no, I have it. I don't know
You're
what I'm going to
kidding.
do with it.
Yeah, what do you do with an F1 suit?
Personally, I think I'm going to try to light it on fire.
So are these authentic? This is what the F1
This is what
drivers,
they wear.
they wear these?
This is what they wear in there.
Wow.
Their feet catch on fire. Their feet are protected.
Let me ask you, are they comfortable?
Yeah, they're
Oh,
very
they are
comfortable.
because they're so thin and so little. Like,
Well, you're really not. All you're doing is pressing a pedal at this point.
Right.
With these things on.
But you like them. You feel like they're comfortable to wear.
Super comfortable.
Wow, very nice. Did you meet Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt, Lewis Hamilton.
Shut up! You met those guys?
Javier Bardem.
No way! You met Brad Pitt?
Yes.
Wait, I didn't know that Brad Pitt was going to be at the event. I just thought that you were going to be at the event.
It's his movie.
What's it like meeting Brad Pitt?
Better looking than you. I can tell you that.
Dude, do we have pictures? Did you give the camera guys any pictures?
I did not.
So our audience at home is not seeing anything.
I was working. I wasn't taking photos.
This is what I'm talking about. If we're streaming like a TV show, wouldn't you want the audience to see a picture of you and Brad Pitt together right now instead of us just talking about Brad Pitt?
I personally don't have one on me. No.
Oh my God!
I was working, my friend.
Yes, but you have no extra pictures of you working.
Would you have said, "Excuse me, Brad, I got to take a selfie for my friend back"?
I would have said, "Can somebody send me one picture with Brad Pitt?"
I'm sure they will get.
How many people get to take a picture of Brad Pitt?
I'm sure it will come about, but they've been on a world tour.
I would have said, give me one picture, and I want to talk about it on the podcast. I'm going to give it to the camera crew, which we still can't get a camera that turns around. God forbid. I've only been asking for that for about 8 episodes now, so that you guys can see the camera guys.
Everyone at F1, big fans of the podcast.
Get out. Yeah.
No way. No. No.
Well, it felt good when you said that.
Yeah, I know.
Tell me again. There was a fan. Tell me again.
They said they watch all the time.
Oh my God, that's so awesome.
And
that's so great.
They do not.
Oh, well, it felt good when you say it. So, and you met Lewis Hamilton as well?
What a smart, good-looking guy.
Wow,
You know
man.
what? He wrote F1 the movie, and he made 30 pages of a script.
Oh, he did it? I didn't know that he did it.
That's all he did. He had an idea for 30 pages of a script.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
And that was it.
Wow.
And then he handed it over to the people that know how to make movies, and they turned it into what we have now.
Wow, that's
So
yeah.
we are 30 pages away.
No,
from
we're not. But he also has one leg up on us because he's Lewis Hamilton. We are not. So nobody's buying a movie here from us. Nobody's. How the Greg T Live podcast became.
Please, this wouldn't even be a made-for-TV movie. No.
Maybe we could do one on Greg T's life of misery. Of how miserable it's been.
I would love to see you. Well, maybe that's the movie title. Let's work this out right now. It's called Miserable.
Well, it's called Miserable, right? Because there is a movie called Misery from a long time ago. So it's called Miserable.
Miserable T.
Miserable T. That sells. Hey, listen, if there's any producers that are watching now,
they're not watching.
See, but don't make me feel. It feels better when I think that there are important people watching right now.
So you like to live in a Peter Pan world.
It would be so nice to know that there's a producer, someone that's like really important that's watching right now, and they're like, let's find out a little bit more about Greg T's life.
Either Miserable T is going to be your movie or going to be a reality show for you.
Oh, either way, I would do it. Hey, listen, if there's someone from Bravo, Andy Vice,
not watching.
Maybe from Vice,
I don't know who's behind Vice, but they're not watching.
They're not watching.
No.
Maybe somebody that wants to do my life show, my whole life story. It's called Miserable. That's what we want to have. We want to have a show called Miserable.
Between the story you told before the podcast started, which everybody got to hear, and I'm sure others that acting like they didn't hear what you did with the sponge.
We were,
and then the story of you in the fraternity painted blue underneath the stairs.
That is the one story. Why do you keep? That's the one story.
The fact that you were painted blue, left underneath a staircase with a bunch of other dudes naked is.
But that's not
those two stories alone.
But do you know how many people?
Movie.
Do you know how many people pledge fraternities and sororities, and they have similar stories? I told Garrett a story about me pledging a fraternity, and you've held on to that story for life, as if like nobody else has ever done that before.
So envisioning you.
Do you know how many people
Smurf.
get painted blue? There's a lot of people that get painted blue.
No.
It happens, yes.
No.
When you're in a fraternity, all hands, you have no idea what's going to happen.
Not everybody gets painted blue. Ironically enough, Smurfs comes out in a few weeks.
Tell you what, if you're watching us right now, message me at Greg T Live on Instagram. If you ever pledged a fraternity and they painted you a certain color, we want to know. So I want you to message me what color did they paint you, okay?
Realistically.
No, what?
How much would it take for you to come do this podcast painted blue one day?
I would never do it again. I would never do it again. You have no idea. Like standing in your shower trying to get blue paint off. I mean, it was unbelievable. College.
What if we do it and use it to promote the Smurfs movie?
Well, that would be different. Well, let's talk to the Smurf people, and if the Smurf people behind the scenes would like to paint me blue, then I would do it for the movie.
You do.
I would do it. I would paint myself blue for the movie. I would.
You would do the whole podcast blue.
I would. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Why not? Hey, listen, before we get to any, we got to bring him over real quick. Mark, come on over. I have to detour for a second. We're about to take our first Where to Go break. But before we do that, I do want to bring in the general manager from Ray Catena INFINITI here in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Mark, how you doing?
Good. I'm not the general manager.
Oh, you're not?
Paul is.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I already am messing up. I had no
But
idea.
you know what? You could use this clip now and for promotion later on.
Grant,
down the
I
road.
saw you walking away, and I know people like you that work for Ray Catena are very busy, and you're very important, so I didn't know where you're going to go. I didn't want to lose you. But I do want to say thank you for putting this whole entire podcast together for us. Thanks for having us.
My pleasure. Thank you guys for coming and setting it up. This is awesome. Brings a different energy and liveliness to the showroom.
Yeah.
And hopefully we end up writing a couple deals as a result of it.
Well, again, that's our plan. Don't you see, ladies and gentlemen, it's our plan. It's all working out. We want you to buy a car.
You know what? Could be a good learning experience
Yes.
for you. Mark, our friend Greg T here has trouble of telling,
I'm very factual.
He's very factual.
Right.
So instead of breaking down the price of a car that might be to some a little bit more on the expensive side.
How would you want me to explain it? Listen, these are very luxurious, beautiful cars, but they're pricey. I mean, they're up there.
So how would you teach my friend Greg T here how to properly sell a car that might not be in his
At
range?
$100,000.
Yeah.
How do you sell a $100,000 car, Mark?
What could he use instead of just telling, hey, go spend your money somewhere else?
I mean, $100,000 is a lot of money. How do you do it? Walk me through it.
So here at Ray Catena, we believe in full transparency
Right.
and customer service.
Sure.
Like this, though?
Okay, full transparency, just a little bit. Okay.
So clients know what the cars are going to cost.
Of
right?
course.
And we're in the technology age. So the MSRPs and the payments are roundabout everywhere you go on the websites and stuff. So people have a general idea. I think it's a lot less about that. It's more about the treatment, community involvement, and making your awareness known to the community. And then, like I said, taking care of the customer, showing them different options to make it as affordable as possible.
Right.
And obviously, I've been in this business about 25 years now. You don't make every deal.
Right.
And that's okay. As long as people leave here treated with respect and dignity, they're going to send referrals and they'll come back when the time is right for them and the car is right. Because not everybody wants to buy an Infiniti.
But I think there's also something that he said. I mean, look, this is a luxurious showroom.
Yep.
So you know what you're getting. If you're going to come to a Ray Catena dealership, you know what you're getting yourself into. It's geared for a customer, of that type of wealth and luxury that wants to purchase.
Are you absorbing what Mark is saying?
I am. I'm absorbing.
Because you need to apply this going forward.
I'm absorbing. All right. Well, Mark Hernandez, thank you very much for having us. I do appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Hernandez. All right, you guys come on in and talk to Mark about grabbing yourself a brand new Infiniti.
And
here
not
in
this
Bridgewater.
guy. Okay, talk to Mark, not this guy.
All right, we got to take our very first break on the Great T Live podcast. We're probably running over already. We have Elise Reed with us, a professional UFC fighter. She'll be here in just a couple of minutes. So, guys, if you're a small business and you're wondering where to go, if you're shopping around, ladies and gentlemen, this will show you. This is where to go. Good, we're out. If you're craving that real Nashville flavor, well, you want to go over to Broadway Chicken in Middletown, New Jersey, where they are serving up the crispiest fried chicken that you've ever tasted, seasoned with that bold, spicy Nashville kick. Dig into saucy wings, juicy sandwiches, and a garden fresh salad as well. Then for dessert, how about a thick, creamy ice cream shake that's going to hit that sweet spot every single time. Whether you're all about that heat or just keeping it classic, there's something for everyone at Broadway Chicken, Route 35 in Middletown, New Jersey, bringing that Nashville flavor right here to New Jersey with Broadway Chicken. That's where to go. All right. And again, if you guys would like to be a where to go, well, just reach out to me at Greg T Live, message me, and we will talk to you, and maybe next week you'll be a where to go. We'll be telling everybody all about your small business. All right, it's Greg T Live. We are live from Ray Catena in Bridgewater, New Jersey at Infinity. And I'm Greg T. This is Garrett.
Yes.
And of course, we have our very first guest. This is Elise Reed is with us, a professional UFC fighter.
Yes.
Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
This is great. I mean, listen, I've never really met many UFC fighters.
I definitely look like one too. So
Right, I was
like
gonna
you
say.
probably saw me walking and was like, "Oh, we got to watch out here."
Yeah, you get that a lot where people.
No. No, not at all. Actually, I'm married. I have a wife, and she is very strong.
Really?
Anytime we're out and she's wearing UFC gear, everybody asks her. I have never, ever been asked if I'm the UFC fighter if we're together.
What are you, the coach? You're
Yeah,
the
what am I,
trainer?
the moral support? Like, what are we doing?
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, there's so much that we want to talk to you about. You're also a U.S. Army reservist, right?
Yep. Yep.
thank you.
Captain.
What are you?
Captain in the Army.
Damn, dude, set up straight, man. Come, we gotta look right. It's the U.S. military, bro.
Just hit 10 years, and every year
Wow,
I think that I'm. Thank you. Yeah. Every year I think I'm gonna get out, and
They pull you back in.
They give me another job that's better. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And are you also the owner of? It's Kickside?
Kickside in Hillsborough. So I'm the owner. We have 3 locations. John Canabe has one in Montgomery, and then him and I are partners for the one in Branchburg. So we have 3 locations. We're really business partners, but technically I own it outright.
Kickside, that's where to go.
It
See?
is. It
Kickside,
is.
that's what we do.
You should go and get your ass kicked a
No,
little
let's
bit.
not. No. Everybody thinks it's so much fun to have somebody go in there and they have no idea what they're doing, and just to have my butt getting kicked. I don't think that's.
Yes.
First of all, let me ask you. How long have you been a professional UFC fighter?
So I was in the UFC starting 2021.
Okay.
I turned pro, and so I've been since 2021. Been in the UFC.
How does someone you don't just wake up one day and go, okay, I want to be a UFC fighter. I'm going to go train. What? I mean, how do you do these butts? And you're like, I'm pretty good at this?
No, so funny enough. So we did like full contact kickboxing when I was a teen.
Okay.
And I was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And
Obviously.
I was pretty good.
Yeah.
And so I'm teaching classes with grown men and then kids that are like boys, but we were the same age at that point, 16, 17, and they're looking at me that's 5 foot nothing, 100 and something pounds. I'm like, what the who is this person?
Right.
What do you
So
work the front desk?
Yeah, like what? So I started MMA because I wanted a little street cred, to be honest. And then we went. So I started MMA because I wanted a little street cred, to be honest. And then we went 7-1 as an amateur with like two title fights, 2 bouts. And then my coach was like, "Let's get paid for it." And I was like, "Yeah, let's do that." So then it was Bellator, and then COVID hit. And then we fought Jasmine Jasovicius, who's also in the UFC as a flyweight right now.
By the way, I have no idea what we're talking about,
So-
but I hope the audience at home they're very well aware. That's good.
So we fought three times for CFFC, which is a regional promotion.
Okay.
And they were all championship bouts, which is crazy.
Okay.
And then I got the call up and fought Sajara Eubanks, which was a dude, but that's okay. So
Wow.
yeah, we're in.
Wow. So you fought a dude.
I didn't really. I went up a weight class, so normally I'm 115. I fought up to 125, which is 10 pounds.
Which is a lot, yeah.
Yeah, she came into the cage at 141.
Wow.
I came into the cage at 120.
Oof.
And I was like, this is going to be a rough go. So
Wow. Do you feel pressure, from time to time being a U.S. military, U.S. military reservist, and then also, being a woman and also fighting? You feel a lot of pressure?
There are so many times where there have been either, like, my family and friends love me, but I'm balancing so many different things or doing so many different things, it definitely puts a strain. So, like, I have Army this weekend.
Right.
And then I'm gone for 2 weeks for Army again in July. And then we're going to be training for another fight. So, I mean, there's definitely this up and down. And I have a business. So it's
right.
insane. It's absolutely insane.
When do you get to have you time?
Yeah, right.
Well, like I said, recently married.
Like right now, as you're sitting, we're taking away from your you time right now.
And congratulations on being married.
Thank you. But we haven't even had a honeymoon yet. So,
I mean, gosh.
I don't know.
Let me ask you, I'm curious. When you go into the center of that octagon there, right there, and you're standing there, and you're face to face with an opponent, I'm never ever gonna know what that's like, that adrenaline rush. What is going on through your head when you're staring at an opponent, when you're this close, eyes to eyes? What is that like at that moment? Take me there.
So everything is a what if, right? Leading up to the fight, you're training your ass off, you're doing what you can, you're talking about a game plan, right? All of that is a what if. You get all the butterflies. In the cage, I am the most at peace.
Really?
Because it's weird. It's a weird feeling, but like the only thing that matters is right now. And what aspect of our life is like the only thing that matters is right now. No, you're thinking about what the bills are, what you're going to do tomorrow, who's going to pick somebody up from whatever practice. Like in the cage, it is me and them, and that's it. And it's like all you're worrying about is that right action. So I get really everybody gets nervous, but leading up to it, you're really anxious, and then it's the craziest thing, the door closes and you're like, game on, let's go.
I would just be throwing up a lot.
That could happen.
I would imagine that you have to be so focused, because the moment that you start thinking about something else, you're risking your own bodily harm.
Yeah, and even just to the point, because I've had bad fights, but even to the point where you're getting beat up by the person and you start to do this like woe is me type sorry for yourself.
Yeah,
get that out of there. Like, it's not going to help.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what?
It's crazy.
Actually, I'm glad you say that, because the woe is me is one
I'm
of
professional at that.
He is the king professional #1 seed of woe is me.
Like we said in the very beginning, I'd love to have a TV show or a movie called Miserable. So that I'm a living
Miserable T.
Miserable T, right? Miserable T. I'm living that. It's great.
So what could you tell T?
Yeah, some words of advice.
Some words of advice for that because he's never going in the octagon. I'll be honest with you. Even if we put money on it.
Plus, I'm injured. Should we tell about my injury? We talk about it all the time.
C5.
No, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He was in a baby stroller.
I have a fractured nose and orbital right now.
Did you fall out of a baby stroller too?
No, I just had a fight about a week.
Oh yeah.
You have a fractured nose?
It's healing, so I'm not worried about it.
Oh my God, you must snore. Maybe you need the CPAP machine.
No, I don't snore.
Yeah, no, tell her what she needs. Tell her what she needs.
She has a deviated
You fell
septum.
out of a baby
no, but I'm
stroller.
saying this woe is me. Go ahead. What else you have going on? What else?
That's it. I can't fight. I can't wrestle. I can't do anything like that. I can barely turn my head. That's pretty much as
So
far as I can turn my head.
outside of him fighting, what advice could you give him and other people too that are very much like him from time to time, where it's
I think we all are.
Exactly. But like you were saying, once you get into that octagon, something clicks of sorts where it's you can't go down that route. He doesn't have an octagon to get out of that route. So what do you think he should
Probably
do?
wouldn't make it there. But anyways,
no, I wouldn't.
No, so I think first and foremost, everybody should be active, physically active.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need to be doing MMA. Like, this is the craziest stuff I've ever done. Normally, I'm teaching 3 to 6-year-olds, right? Martial arts, right?
Yeah.
That's more his speed.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that's a good question. Could someone that is a little overweight like myself,
yes,
who's 5'6" on a good day, all of a sudden transform themselves and become a UFC fighter? So those days are past me.
I would say, depending on age, I would say it takes. So I've done martial arts since I was 6.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went into fighting at 20. So I had 14 years experience, and now at 20. So I had 14 years experience, and now I've been in fighting at what, 2011, like 10 years. So it's a lot of time. But going back to the statement, right?
Be a guest on the show.
Of course.
Be a guest on the show.
Of course.
On the Bro Show. That'd be awesome. Because he's really heavily into UFC. He loves that.
Yeah.
So outside of UFC, you were talking about your business.
Oh, sorry. Let's go back.
You're good.
Back to Elise. Back to Elise. Yes.
But as we have Greg T
in a gi.
in a gi.
Yes.
And he was
so good.
By the way, the only gi that I really know is the butter that you dip lobster in. The gi. That's the only gi that I'm familiar with.
That's called a gi?
Other than that,
It fits. It fits. It doesn't look like you know much of what's going on here, but that's okay.
So Greg T was about to put on his belt.
My black belt.
Honorary.
Honorary. Yes.
An honorary. Yeah, please, let's be honest here.
Wait, you know what? Let me tell you, that's no disrespect. She said that because you know what I heard? The person that actually loaned this to me, he said the same thing, that it's an honorary belt. You can't just like give somebody a black belt.
I mean, there are definitely schools that do that, but we do not.
That's right. Yeah. That's why she said that. Honorary.
The pay-for-play schools.
Right.
Yeah, no, thank you.
So you noticed Greg T was having a little bit trouble of putting on said belt.
Yeah.
While you guys were watching commercials, I was trying to get dressed. I do not know how to get myself into a professional real gi. Okay, I have no clue how to do it.
So we said, let's save it and let's try it now.
So maybe you could show me, Elise. How do I put this on?
Okay, sure.
Because I don't know how to do it.
Sure.
Well, Elise also wanted to have a race to see who could put their belt on.
There's no race for what reason?
Well, sometimes I like to
for the
think
gram.
Of like,
for the gram, really.
No, it's fine. We can do a race later. You're still gonna lose.
I love her confidence.
The confidence alone.
That's great.
Okay. All right. So you gotta. So we'll go the easy way.
I'm sucking in my gut first.
I'm sucking in. Don't suck it in.
I mean, we're really gonna see if this belt fits because you're gonna have like an inch left. All right. So the easy way. I mean,
I need you to make him another honorary belt just to fit.
All right, so you take the middle.
Okay, take the middle of it.
The middle of it. So you're gonna try to wrap. You're gonna try to wrap it around twice, but again, we're gonna see.
You sure?
Take the middle, and you're gonna wrap it around.
You want to hold this?
I'll
pretty
hold
much
that
twice.
for you.
Okay. So where do I? No, but am I?
Yeah, right
I
there.
see the way you're starting. It's not. You really don't put the belt on like a regular belt.
No, which is why I wanted to see what you would do, but that's okay.
What I was gonna.
I know.
Well,
yeah, and then it would have been dragging the floor. You would have had your.
Were you gonna make a knot? Were you gonna make a knot? You were gonna make a knot.
No. I have seen it. I've seen it on people, so I thought maybe it's large enough where it can go around me twice. So I figured, but that's the way.
Well, let's hope. Let's hope.
You might need her honorary belt.
No, I think mine's smaller. I think that's smaller.
She's great. Okay, so obviously now I've seen you. You don't do it the regular way. You do it a different way.
I actually do it different than that, but we'll do it this way. We'll do the easy way.
Is it this way?
No, make it as easy as possible.
That's right.
Keep going.
All right, so I put it around once.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you bring it to the front.
My arms can barely touch on the back, but I'm good. Okay.
Some shoulder. Oh, it might fit. It might fit.
It might.
This is a very little knot.
It's gonna be tight.
This is so humiliating,
bro. You're good. The one that's on top, so you're gonna have this layer, right? The one that's on top comes underneath both. So you're gonna have this lead side go underneath and through both.
Wait, this one?
Yep, goes on top and through both.
On top and underneath.
Yep.
Oh, check that out, man. Yep. Oh, that's a totally cool way. And then I pull it tight?
And then you just make another knot. Make another knot.
If you can.
With this one here?
Yeah, it's going to be tight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be able to.
You don't need to hurt yourself.
Make one more. Go ahead. Come on.
No,
come on. You can
do it. I'm too fat.
I can't give you back your honorary belt. It's stuck on me.
I'm too fat. I need Elise Reed to help me. I cannot. Oh, well, there you go. Okay, so I can barely breathe.
You know what it looks like? It looks like when you make a tie for the first time. It's so short.
What the hell is going on?
So if you ever get started, I just know that I have to go a size or two bigger than that.
Okay.
How you feeling?
Oh, it feels great. It really feels awesome.
You still sucking it in?
Oh, yeah. But I think if I lift it higher, though, it's not that bad. It pushes the fat in. It actually.
No, it looks good.
It goes up to your neck now.
This is Greg T Live. Guys, at Instagram, at Greg T Live, anything that you want to talk about with my fat belly, you see? I get it. She's cracking all these jokes. Like, now you feel like, I want to get in a ring with her now. Now I want to roll with it.
Done.
That's like a bull shark baiting you right now.
No, it doesn't happen anymore, but it really used to happen like earlier on in my pro career where I go to a party and obviously there's some adult beverages.
Yes.
And
not the best place.
So this was the best part was I was doing a figure four, like a choke behind him because he was messing around. And I thought he was being difficult. He went underwater. He went out.
Really?
I let go because I thought he was being difficult. I was like, I'm not going to be this type of, I'm going to be
oh my God.
But he went out and I was like, oh, so good that I let go.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now, so you're in the octagon, you're in the cage, you're kicking people's butts, and then on the side you have your own business, and you're training 3 and 4 and 5-year-old kids,
which is awesome. Probably the most fun.
What? That is such a disconnect.
Probably the best time to mold a child's mind.
Absolutely.
So is he right? Is that, I mean, do you really enjoy, training these young children to become UFC fighters one day?
So it's not even the UFC
fight. UFC, yeah.
But like, so when I started it was just because I wanted to give myself street cred.
Mm-hmm.
Being in the UFC and fighting professionally with hundreds of thousands of people watching, all the trolls on the internet, is the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And to be able to have that perspective as a martial arts instructor owner to give younger students is crazy. Like, most martial art gym owners are their biggest hometown hero and they don't do anything with it, right? So like, I get to go back, and I just lost this last fight. I got knocked out cold, don't even remember it. Broken nose, little deep orbital, and I get to go back, and the kids get to see me do it again, like try it again. It's yeah, absolutely. No, the kids are where it's at.
I'll tell you this. What I've just learned from we were talking about how to, get yourself out of feeling, oh, woe was me, you know?
Yeah.
That is exactly it. I mean, Elise, you are pushing on no matter what. Like you said, you're out there like, okay, I just fought, I lost. That's
horrible.
Right.
Horrible. I got clipped, dropped.
So that's stage one of admitting what happened,
horrible.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're like, man, you really got affected by getting beat up pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yet you're going to push on.
Yeah, and because it's crazy. I had that, and then I had a tournament, and the mom was like, I am so grateful that you guys are here, because the changes that I've seen in the two kids has been great. Like, she just had all these great things to say, and I'm thinking like, I suck. I'm horrible. The trolls on the internet, I'm sure there's plenty of people that are like, yeah, no, she probably shouldn't even be there.
And
but
now you're
like,
looking forward to your next fight.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That is.
It's
so.
crazy.
So what do you do? What do you listen to self-help? Do you talk to yourself? I mean, do you go to a trainer? What do you do?
So the biggest change that I've seen, honestly, is my faith. Like, it's not about me. I'm not here for me. I've been given an opportunity, and changing, like, one kid saying, like, hey, I could do whatever I want.
Right.
I could go into college. I could do whatever I want. How good is that going to be? Like, me, great, having wins and money, yeah, that's fine.
But to pass
but
on
like,
that confidence,
to give that over, oh my goodness. So it's not about me. It's my faith, my belief in God. All of that has completely grown, and that's really where it is. Yeah.
Somebody told me that that is also a big factor. It is your faith in the Lord, the man upstairs, and that when you find yourself, when you really do open up and realize, like, he's the end all be all, and that's going to lead you, like, that would help. And so I've been
when you
told.
do something crazy, that most people never can even imagine, and you're like, I want to do something big. How am I going to do something big? It's not me. I'm 120 something pounds, 5'3".
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, do something crazy.
So, Elise, we'll probably take a break, but I want you to come back and give Greg T the confidence to possibly break a board.
Absolutely.
Let's try that. We'll try that. Okay, so we have to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to try to break a board, and then we also have Dan and we have Sergio. We're going to totally switch it up. We're going to go from U.S. fighting to a cigar lounge. So we've got that coming up yet.
We'll try to break those too.
We're going to try to break a board. We're going to talk cigars. It's all still coming up. We are live from Ray Catena in Bridgewater, New Jersey, at their Infinity location. I can barely breathe. I got to get this thing off of me right now.
Mike, do we sell any cars yet?
Any cars? Anybody come in and buy a car? One. Mark says we sold one car. All right, so this, ladies and gentlemen, this is where to go. They're the best around, and we're going to prove it.
Hi, I'm Chris Baker Jr. This is my mom, Carol Baker. Our family-owned CNC Air, Heat, Plumbing, and Electric. We offer to your home full electric services, plumbing, and heating and air conditioning, also for your businesses. And this is where to go.
I'm Eddie from CNC, and I'm going to bend it up and make a drain pan to sit underneath the unit so water doesn't come through your ceiling.
You just pick it up and say...
Hello, and thank you for choosing CNC Air, Heat, and Plumbing.
Put 2 new boilers in, all new circulator pumps for the radiant heat, mixing valves.
If you need anybody for heating and air conditioning, electric,
then you want to hire CNC Heating Air Conditioning. You never know, I may be showing up to your house!
Lunar Audio and Video. They are a full-service audio and video integration company based in northern New Jersey, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. They offer a comprehensive range of services including home automation, video distribution, multi-room audio, lighting, security systems. Now for commercial clients, Lunar Audio and Video provides digital signage, video walls, projectors, and security installations. And then on the residential side of things, they offer their clients home theaters, home audio systems, and advanced security systems as well. LunarAV.com. Lunar Audio and Video, that's where to go.
Well, thanks to Greg T, Red Tomato Urban Pizzeria is stuck in my head. What color is the tomato? Red Tomato. Red Tomato has been serving Marlboro, Colts Neck, and Manalapan communities with your favorite Italian dishes and delicious pizza for years. And Red Tomato offers gluten-free options and cauliflower crust personal pizzas. Red Tomato is in the Wawa Shopping Center on Route 520, and you can go ahead and order ahead of time at redtomatonj.com. What color is the tomato? Red Tomato. That's where to go.
Where to go?
Are we live? Oh, we are? People are watching us right now?
It's going to get interesting now.
Okay. All right. Oh, wait. Am I on the right? Oh, there we go. See, I wasn't even on the microphone. Here we go. We're getting all set up.
This is what we talked about.
Yes.
You're nervous right now.
I'm certainly nervous. That's right.
And it's not that bad.
Okay, so we are live at Ray Catena. We're at Ray Catena, Bridgewater, New Jersey, Infinity. We're doing the Greg T live podcast, and as we kicked off several weeks ago, we're doing a summer tour. So every single Monday at 11 a.m., we'll be at another Ray Catena dealership. Next week, we're going to be in Edison. We're going to be at Land Rover Edison. Today, again, like I said, we're in Infinity. We're at in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Last week, we were in Freehold, and on and on and on. There's a lot of Ray Catena dealerships. Check them out at raycatena.com. Thank you very much for Ray Catena to have us here today. Thank you, Mark Hernandez and Elise Reed, professional UFC fighter. She's here with us now. Now that I'm in my gi, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fight. So, Elise, you're gonna teach me how to break a board.
Correct. Yes. Okay. So this is pine. It's you could literally buy something like this at Lowe's or Home Depot, and you just cut it. But
so that's pine.
You could do that. You could buy it and cut it.
You could buy it. You could buy it. We have a pre-cut, but it's solid wood. So we're gonna do a hammer fist.
Okay, hammer fist.
Hammer fist.
Well, before you teach, what do you think a hammer fist? What do you think a hammer fist is?
Yeah, that's fair. I like that.
A hammer fist?
Show me what you think.
Well, I think I'm gonna
do.
Punch it through.
No.
Hammer time. Hammer time.
No matter what, if after you learn the correct way, please finish it with hammer time.
Yes.
Okay.
Hammer time. Hammer time. Okay, Elise. So what do we do?
So you're a righty or a lefty?
I'm righty.
Okay, so I want us to step back with your right foot.
Okay.
You're going to have your hand behind you.
Okay.
Tight fist. And the hammer fist is going to be coming like this. So you want to keep the
like a hammer.
Look at you. Picking it up quick.
Hence the name, like a hammer.
Pick it up quick. So you can stay there or you can step. It's up to you. It really doesn't make a difference. Okay. But I would have 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind. So I wouldn't do this. This isn't a really good stance. We're going to have 1 foot in front or behind. And then you can either step or you just swing.
You got to step. You got to step.
Back up like a step. Hammer time.
No. Step.
I don't care what he does.
Hammer time.
He's just going to swing his hand. So the big thing is tight fist. Squeeze it as swing the hand as fast as you can. Don't hit me, please.
Right. Hammer time.
If he hits you, trust me, it won't hurt.
Right.
It might hurt, honestly.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, message us at Greg T Live if you think this is a cool hammer time. Okay, we're here we go. Hammer time. So this is pretty good for everybody. Look,
can we see the confidence that is being built just by saying hammer time?
Yeah, and holding a board. Yes.
What are we doing here? This is insane.
All right. Okay.
All right.
You can break a board, Elise? You can do that?
Did you really just ask her if she could break a board?
Right, I actually thought about doing this before you do your thing, so give me a moment.
Well, how do I want to see Elise break one. Well, if Elise, come on, show off. Let's see you break one. I mean, they got this all for me that I could break it.
You're getting pretty cocky.
What do you got there?
I got another board. Another board. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to give it a try. If it doesn't work, then, then I'm going to be no, I don't need you to hold it. So the we'll see. The reinforcement makes it a little easier to break it, right? Because then you got a force going down and 2 forces reinforcing it. So I'm going to try to do a speed break.
Okay.
Holding it myself with a palm heel.
Okay.
So I just hold it.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit it.
Just like that.
That's her palm. No hammer time whatsoever.
What? How did she just do that? She just broke the board. Well, I've seen it done on television. Maybe, all right, let's do it. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Here, we're going to do this.
Please don't embarrass
Okay.
us.
No.
He might shake his hand out.
I know how to do it again. So it's one foot in front of the other one.
Touch it first, just so that I know that I'm not going to get hit.
All right, and I'm hammering like this.
Just swing it, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Hammer time.
All the way through. Think about going like a few inches past the board. A few inches. Just don't stop at the board.
Okay, you're not going to get hurt?
I don't think so.
Are you going to get hurt?
I may hurt myself. Okay, here we go. Let's do hammer time. Ready?
All right, ready? 1,
Okay.
2,
3. Ow! I did it!
Hammer time.
Hammer time! Wow! That's pretty cool. I'm going to keep these.
Yeah.
Yo, look at that. I broke that board. What's up with that? Now everybody wants to break boards. This is incredible. That's real wood. Oh, that's real pine.
Oh, yeah, it smells really nice.
That's really great stuff.
Knowing you'll probably get a splinter from that.
Yeah. Do you see this? This is the hand that broke the board. This is the hand that broke that board.
There's the confidence.
One board is fairly easy. But yes, you did a great job.
Hey, for me, it's a big deal.
No, boards are a great tool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, listen, Elise Reed. Guys, follow her. Elise Reed, MMA. When is your next fight?
Don't know yet. I have Army. Middle of July to end of July.
And we do want to say thank you for everything.
No, of course.
Listen,
thank you.
She's going to be a little busy.
I'm going to be in the dirt for a little bit.
Your life for the rest of us, for the freedoms that we have here, in America. How do we not go out and say thank you for doing what you do?
I appreciate it. There are so many other service members and military members out there.
Team effort.
I would only be here because they're upstanding people.
I only get one chance to say thank you to you. So
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So while you're in the sand, just think of him screaming hammer time.
Hammer time!
I don't know if it's going to help, but I will try.
Elise Reed, MMA. Check her out, Elise Reed, MMA. All right, guys, we're going to take our last and final break, and then we're going to get ready to now talk cigars. So we're going from Elise Reed, U.S. Army reservist, professional UFC fighter, to cigars. We're going to be talking about that.
Hammer time.
Hammer time. This is where to go.
Now, if you don't know, Playa Bowls is the popular chain specializing in acai bowls, smoothies, and other superfruit-based treats. Now, Playa Bowls got started back in 2014 right at the Jersey Shore and has grown all across the U.S. They have bowls like acai, dragon fruit, coconut greens, topped with fresh fruit, granola, little honey, and other healthy ingredients. So as summer approaches, get beach-inspired, health-conscious smoothie bowls over at Playa Bowls in Princeton, South Brunswick, and East Windsor, New Jersey. Playa Bowls, that's where to go.
Where to go?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Greg T. And today, I'm going to get a little personal. I'm going to talk to you about something that's about to change in my life. So I'm starting my GLP-1 medication journey with Forward Care. And they're going to help me take back control of my life, my body, and I'm going to do some bike riding. They work with only U.S.-based compound pharmacies. They manufacture everything in the United States. Everything is specifically curated for you and your plan. And they also pair you with an experienced physician local to you. So Forward Care makes these medications not only super easy to access, but also offers the best prices on the market across the board. So if any of this resonates with you, I encourage you to go to Forward Care's website to learn more and join me on my health journey. We'll do it together. To save on your GLP-1 medication, just go to forward.care and enter the code GREG25 and you're going to get 25% off your membership.
Where to go?
If you're craving that real Nashville flavor, well, you want to go over to Broadway Chicken in Middletown, New Jersey, where they are serving up the crispiest fried chicken that you've ever tasted, seasoned with that bold, spicy Nashville kick. Dig into saucy wings, juicy sandwiches, and a garden fresh salad as well. Then for dessert, how about a thick, creamy ice cream shake that's going to hit that sweet spot every single time. Whether you're all about that heat or just keeping it classic, there's something for everyone at Broadway Chicken, Route 35 in Middletown, New Jersey. Bringing that Nashville flavor right here to New Jersey with Broadway Chicken. That's where to go.
Where to go?
All right, and we are back. This is another episode of Greg T Live, and we are live from Ray Catena Mercedes-Benz. I'm so used to saying that. Ray Catena Bridgewater Infinity, not Mercedes. I'm so used to saying Mercedes all the time.
You got it.
There you go. I don't even know what microphone we have anymore.
See what happens? We break boards. We cause chaos.
This is happening like on the regular right now. Like it just seems like every show we've had lately is just kind of like all over the place.
Did you realize you got a round of applause?
That was so cool to have a real audience, a live audience, get a round of applause. I like that. All right, where are my manners? We have another guest with us. Ladies and gentlemen, the owner and creator of the local store Sticks, S-T-I-C-K-S. You're seeing it on your screen right now, Sticks. This is Dan. Dan, thank you very much for being here this morning with us. Oh, my hand is killing me. Hammer time, my hand. Dan, yeah. You see that? So I did pretty well, right?
That. You did very
can you
well.
break a board with your hands?
I wouldn't want to try.
Oh my! Elise, could he break a board with his hands? He can break. Oh my! Now listen, Dan is the owner of Sticks. Now there's one in Rahway, and there's also one in Somerville, New Jersey. Right? 2 locations.
Yes, correct.
2 locations. S-T-I-C-K-S. Sticks. What you don't know is Dan is also now. Are you still a fireman or
Yes,
former?
I'm currently a fireman in Elizabeth.
Okay.
Elizabeth is the 3rd to 4th biggest municipality in the state, and I've been with the Elizabeth Fire Department for 14 years.
Oh, congrats. That's great, man. That's great. I mean, we're getting a lot of prestigious people here today.
So what do you got, 6 more years?
If I want to do 20, but usually it's 25.
25. Wow, I thought it was 20.
Yes.
Now, do you have a podcast of your own? I thought I might have seen an episode or 2. No, correct me if I'm wrong.
We're working on it. We did the first one that I aired the first one, and we're still working on it.
Yeah.
Hopefully by September we'll start putting out at least once a week.
You should talk to this guy. He knows a thing or two.
Okay.
No, yeah. I like what he does. Tell me how you are using social media to advertise your establishments. Because I have I've seen your stuff on there. And I think that's what people are doing now. A lot of business owners, are using social media. And if they're not, they're behind the 8 ball. Yeah. So tell me what social media is doing for you and your business.
Social media, as we all know, is very powerful.
Right. We're doing that. A lot of business owners, are using social media. And if they're not, they're behind the 8 ball. Yeah. So tell me what social media is doing for you and your business.
Social media, as we all know, is very powerful.
Right.
And
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's really cool. I think that, from what I've seen, from everything that you've displayed, it looks like a really cool, nice, luxurious hangout of a cigar lounge. When you think about a cigar lounge, you think it's it's smoky, it's dirty, but your places are not. Your places are really nice, really clean, and prestigious. And I think that's really cool. How do you go about, keeping that kind of a clientele, keeping that kind of an establishment?
Rahway, we've been operating for 7 years.
Yeah.
And in Somerville, we've been operating for 2 years. And we're open 7 days a week.
That's a lot.
We have membership, but we're also open to the public. Mm-hmm. That's something that people aren't aware. They think we're just a membership-only venue.
Because that's what it seems like. It's such a nice place. It feels.
Yes, 2 years, and we're open. We have something that we're just a mess.
How about Ashton's?
Yes.
Got to have Ashton's.
Yes.
Listen, I would have figured, I would figure by what I see on social media that he has that type of a cigar. The Liga cigar is a upscale cigar, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
Right now, what I'm holding, absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
Right now, what I'm holding is our Stick Cigars premium house blend. It's called El Primero. This is a Toro. We have 3 different sizes. It does very well for us. Mm-hmm. It's a medium full-body cigar.
Okay, great. I like that.
Highly recommend it.
That's something for me. Let me take a smell of this thing. Let me see this thing. Let me see this. Oh, I like the way it feels.
Did you really just put it up your nose?
You have to get a good smell of it. He knows. Am
the
I
man
right?
had it
Am
in
I
his
right?
mouth. He can't put it in his mouth.
Will you please tell a rookie? Tell a rookie. You got to tell him.
Yeah, definitely.
You're wrong.
But
there's a line. There is a line.
There is no line.
Not to cross.
Are you, now, how do you go
expect him to put that back in his mouth?
I didn't even do anything. I put it close to my nose. How do you go from being a fireman to owning a cigar lounge?
Cigars have been a passion of mine, and the industry was missing an upscale venue that we introduced 7 years ago.
Yes.
And in the state of New Jersey, we work 24 hours, 3 days off.
Right.
It gives me the flexibility to run the businesses on the days off.
Right.
And but it's just a passion that I had, and made it happen.
And you've done it right. That's what I'm trying to say is that when you go online and you go to look at what Sticks looks like compared to some other cigar lounges that I've been to, that is what you want. You want to go and have a nice night and relax with the guys, on a Friday night, chill out, and that's what you offer. It's class. That's what I think that you put into your establishment is a sort of a class level, and I think that's great. I enjoy your stuff.
Thank you, and you're more than welcome.
I know. Now, see all these compliments. I got to come by, right?
Well, you want the ultimate compliment? So you sniffed his cigar.
I love the cigar.
And barely almost smoked it yourself.
Listen.
What would you rate his cigar?
Let me feel it again. I think it's a good cigar.
No sniffing.
I won't. But I got.
He's gonna give it a 10 out of 10, no matter what.
You know what? I'm just saying. But I like the way it feels. I like the way it's packed.
You could bring in your worst cigar.
So this is your brand. This is not somebody else's brand.
No, that's our
this
house.
is your house cigar.
Yes. It's a premium cigar, yes.
What's the retail at?
$15.
Right. I was going to say, there's no way you're doing it for $8. There's no way.
Yeah, I know.
So out of 10.
This is not an $8 cigar.
Out of 10. What do you rate it?
Ladies and gentlemen, Stick Cigars is a 10 out of 10. That is
Thank
a
you.
10
Thank you
out
very
of 10.
much.
That is a 10 out of 10 right there. No, there's no way. I felt it immediately. You know a good cigar when you hold it. The moment I gave it a little squeeze, I knew you weren't bullshitting.
Several years ago,
Yeah.
StogiePress.com,
Yeah.
they rate cigars.
Yeah.
They rated the Robusto. We got a 93 rating
It's a
on
good
the cigar.
Wow.
I could tell immediately the moment. Again, some people frown upon it. They're like, "Oh, you like something that's giving people cancer. You can't. I don't know how to play that off. It is what it is. I happen to like cigars. I understand the damage it could do, but I love a good fine cigar. Some people like fine good wine. Who's to stop them from drinking a good wine?
So you've been invited to Sticks officially,
and I'm gonna have one of those cigars. What I'm gonna try, because now I'm curious. The thing is, it feels good and it smells good. Now I actually want. I'm drinking a good wine.
So you've been invited to Sticks.
Now I'm curious. Taste.
Greg T has his own kind of speakeasy cigar lounge.
Oh, my Uncle Ted's Cigar Lounge.
Oh,
the Uncle Ted Shed.
nice.
And Uncle Ted would love to have you. Maybe you come by the Uncle Ted Shed.
100%.
Oh, my God. Sit back, relax. We watch a movie. We do a podcast there, too. We do the Uncle Ted Shed podcast. And you can be on that podcast and talk some cigars.
Definite. Let me know when.
That's great. Listen, I thank you so much for being here. Can I ask you about your watch? I can't stop looking at it. It's a gorgeous watch.
It's a Movado. It's
Wow.
a regular Movado.
It's a beautiful watch.
Yes.
Cigars. The cigar lounge is doing good for this guy. He looks good. I mean, listen, I can't stop.
Sell him a car, for God's sakes.
You should be buying one of these cars. You're the kind of guy that they're doing
Absolutely
this to.
beautiful cars. And
Yeah.
I want to thank Ray Catena INFINITI for having us here, and Greg T, thank you.
Nah, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it. That is a good cigar. I swear, it really is. That's a very good cigar.
And we'll sit down and.
On that note, I love it. Sticks in Rawway and in Somerville. Check it out today. And that's a good cigar. It really is. I happen to like Ligas and I like Ashton's. And that cigar, the way I felt it, the way I smelt it, that is right up there. That is right up there with one of those good cigars. It is. And it's rated 93. I wouldn't be surprised.
Please check us out at Stick Cigars of Somerville and Stick Cigars of Rawway on Instagram, and our website is cigarsnj.com.
Now we're going to see if you could break the cigar with your hand.
No, dude, you should try a cigar. I mean, what do you do when you relax on a Friday night? What do you do to chill out?
I do wine.
Do wine?
Yeah.
All right, and do you know a good bottle of wine when you taste it?
Yeah, of course.
So if I had two bottles of wine, one without the label, one with the label, you'd be able to taste it and tell me which one was more expensive, which is a finer wine?
Probably.
Because I could do that with a cigar,
I get it.
I mean, because there is something about just sitting back relaxing. You're not inhaling it. You just kind of like let it waft and let it float around, and you taste that flavor. And who makes it?
Cortez Cigars in.
Oh, Cortez is making it
in Jersey.
See, I know the brand. I know the Cortez.
Yes.
I know
they do it in Dominican Republic, but they package it here, and it's a phenomenal cigar.
That's great. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it, not one bit. I think it's great. Stick Cigars. All right, guys, listen. What did you think about today's show?
Great show.
Yeah, for real?
How you feeling? How's your arm?
I think it was good. My hand. Nah, I'm all right. I'm not all that bad. No. You know, I get nervous when
Are
we
you
have.
lying right now? When like you get in your car later and you're gonna be.
No. I get nervous when we have a lot going on. I get nervous when we have a lot of guests and how we're gonna get through it all. You know, like you're trying to plan it out. Like how do we do everything? So I get nervous right now. No. I get nervous when we have a lot going on. I get nervous when we have a lot of guests and how we're gonna get through it all. You know, like you're trying to plan it out. Like how do we do everything? So I get nervous right now. If I had a game, doors open at 10. It was thank you to the live audience. The live audience, thank you everybody. Woo! It's so nice to have a live audience, like there really is. So if you want to come on by, please do. Doors open at 10. Show starts at 11. We'll see you here again next week. I am Greg T. This is Dan, the owner of Sticks. We got Garrett here. Yep. Thank you again to Elise Reed. Check her out, Elise Reed MMA on Instagram. She is phenomenal. Elise Reed MMA. Check her out too. Guys, on that note, we're out of here.
Thank you. Take care.
Greg T, you later.